Hey, it's Mike with TechPB, and I'm real excited about today's show. Today's show, I'm going to go ahead and get on the sock hat because we are going to go old school today. And this sock hat is right around probably circa 1994. I think I got this JT sock hat, and there's really not a lot of particular items in paintball that piss off more people than a sock hat. And that's why I absolutely love this thing, why I refuse to sell it. And I still wear it every now and then. I love this sock hat. But today's show is about the Autococker and actually converting an Autococker over to a pump gun. This is a show I've been wanting to do for a long time. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the process of what it takes to convert a Autococker over to a pump gun. It's actually very easy. What some of my favorite guns are to convert over to a pump gun, and why some people like to why I think building your own kit is kind of cool. There are some guns that are out there that are already pump guns ready to go out of the box. I really like the Lightning for the pump gun platform. What you do is you go and purchase a Lightning, and Lightning's got quite a few different reasons why I really like it. One, it's got a metal grip frame. Okay, so this is all metal. This isn't like the plastic grip frames that sometimes you get on the War Games products. And it's not the weird 1.5 trigger that you're getting on some of the trilogies and stuff like that. Okay, it's a slide trigger frame which feels great when you're shooting pump. It's aluminum construction which feels really good in the hands. Also the trigger comes with a trigger shoe. I mean, I can't tell you how many other, Autocockers I've purchased where they were missing the damn trigger shoe. Basically what the trigger shoe does is it makes it nice and comfortable for your finger to slide on that little metal blade that slides back and forth. It's got the two-piece barrel, as I showed you guys a while ago with the Autococker show. The two-piece barrel, I'm pretty sure these were made in the same factory as the die guns were made at. As you guys have seen, I've taken, the ultralight parts and swap them out. They're interchangeable for the most part. But this is a great barrel for the price. And you can buy these Lightning Autocockers. I've been getting mine from First Call Paintball. And if you give Bobby Weeks a call over at First Call Paintball, I'll put it at the end of the video. I think he's selling these anywhere between $60 to $70. Now, keep in mind when you get these in the box, they don't come with a regulator and they don't come with an ASA. So you're gonna have to take a pick of what your favorite regulator is, what your favorite ASA is. These guns operate about 240 to 300 psi to get to 300 feet per second. So just about any regulator will work. I personally like the Bob Long 360, the Bob Long XPress ASA. Great little regulator, great little ASA, and it looks great on the gun. So you can get those from Bob Long direct. Call Matt, he'll hook you up. But the Lightning Autococker definitely if you're looking into building your own pump gun, I'm going to take you guys through how to build a great pump gun. Call up First Call Paintball, ask to speak to Bobby Weeks, and tell him you saw it on the TechPB show and you want to buy a Lightning Autococker. He'll hook you up with a really sweet price. Something else I like about it too is that it has a Delrin bolt already in it. Really nice Delrin bolt with a Venturi on the front, and it also has a nice little groove cut down the side for the detent. So you've already got a Delrin bolt in there. It's not an aluminum bolt, which is really nice. It comes with nice rubber grips, and also comes with a nice little Ballistics case. So, you can't beat that. So, you get all that for, maybe 60, 70 bucks. So that's a really good gun. For 60, 70 bucks. It's a great foundation for you to start with in building your own pump gun. The next thing, obviously there's quite a few different pump kits that are out there for the Autocockers. And one of my favorite ones, because they're inexpensive, is from PMP Industries. PMP Industries, you go to pmpind.com, and you can pick up this nice little kit for about 40 bucks. Comes with a nice handle, and comes with the cocking rod. The spring's already in there. And it's a great little kit, and I'll show you how easy this is to install here in a few minutes. So PMP Industries is actually the kit I'm going to be using today. I've been using their kits for years, and they're great. They're inexpensive. Now, some people are going to say there's some better ones out there, but we're at the end of 2008, rolling into 2009. Everybody's flat broke, so I'm just kind of trying to do this as cheap as I possibly can. So let's go ahead and get started here. Basically what we're going to do with this is pretty simple. We're just going to remove the pneumatics off of the gun, and we're going to install the PMP Industries pump kit on there, and you guys are going to see how easy it is to actually build your own pump gun. So let's go ahead and get the camera closer here. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the process of installing the pump kit on the Lightning. Usually probably what I would do is go ahead and remove the macro line. And what we're going to do is we're going to start by removing the grip frame from the gun. You're going to need to take this off because we're going to slowly do the process of removing the actuating rod that connects the trigger to the three-way. We're going to go ahead and remove that, and this is the first step to it. So let's go ahead and start removing the grip frame, and it's pretty simple. All you got to do is remove the two screws and then very carefully slide the actuating rod away from the trigger frame. Now once we have this done, we can just go ahead and set the trigger frame aside. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and remove the barrel. Removing the barrel makes it a lot easier to get to the banjo bolt. I believe that's the correct. Nope. Okay, here we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to remove the banjo bolt. And this is the bolt that basically holds the entire front of the gun, all of the pneumatics to the front of the gun. Okay, now we got that nice and loose. Let's go ahead and remove the cocking rod. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because the pump rod's attached to the back block, and I can't remove the pneumatics until I do that. So alright, so we've got the front block loose. We slide everything away. Now it's always important to keep your original parts. Even if you don't use them, these are actually worth money. You can sell your ram, you can sell your three-way, you can sell your regulator, you can sell your block, your banjo. Not a lot of money here, but I mean you can make maybe $20 to $30 back, and if it ends up paying for your pump kit, well hey, you end up breaking even. So now that we have the pump kit, now that we have the pneumatics removed, as you can see we have this dangling from the front. This is the internals of the three-way that are generally attached to the trigger. Now, in most cases, it's got a set screw. What I did for the sake of time is I already removed the set screw. Now what we're just going to do is we're just going to carefully unscrew this. Okay. Slide this out the back. And now it's free. Now what I recommend doing is go ahead and drop this back into the three-way, like so. And there we go. So these are all of your pneumatics are now intact. Usually what I would say is take this and maybe put it into some sort of a Ziploc bag or something like that, but just something so that you can preserve all these original parts. There may come a day where you don't want a play pump. You want to go back to using this gun as in the semi-auto function, and by you preserving all of these parts and not just throwing them back in your toolbox, you'll have all this. You can put it back in your gun. You will have to retime it, but at least you have all your parts. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start unpacking the PMP Industries kit. And the PMP Industries kit is actually very simple. There's only a couple parts that come in the kit. And what you're going to see here is you're going to have a spring that goes inside here. This is the pump guide. I don't know what to call it, like a pump guide rod here. And then you have your rod that goes down the side of the gun. So now that we have this back together, what we can go ahead and do is install the grip frame back on the gun. And as a matter of fact, I mean, we're already about halfway done of installing this kit. Removing the pneumatics off of the front of the gun is actually the hardest part. Once you have those off, this is actually very easy. So here we go. So we have the front screw in. Back screws in. All right. Go ahead and connect the macro line. Just keep that out of the way. Okay. So now we have the body here. Now, with these kits, something that you will see is that, sometimes you're going to see that there's a little groove here for an O-ring at the front here on it. Now, sometimes you can get away without using an O-ring. Usually what I end up doing anyway is I just go ahead and take some blue Loctite and I just goop this with blue Loctite. Okay, and the blue Loctite actually ends up sealing very, very well. So this usually takes care of any issues with its sealing. And you don't have to worry about blue Loctite seizing to the gun. It's red Loctite that you have to worry about. Blue Loctite, never an issue. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and screw this down into the front of the gun. I really like this kit from PMP Industries. And it looks like recently he changed it. This little pump rod used to be silver. Now, you do have a hole here that you can, use to get kind of some leverage with an Allen key to kind of torque it onto the gun. So now that's torqued onto the gun. Now what we'll do is like I told you, there's a spring that goes down into the pump rod. So we've got the spring that goes down into the pump rod. Okay, and we can already see we're starting to put this together. Now let's go ahead and take the straight pump arm, and as you can see, this just goes down the side of the body. We're going to pretty much just screw this all the way in until it just about stops. There we go. We'll go ahead and screw the back block on. Okay. And as you can see here, we were already starting to put together our own pump gun. So there you guys have it. We just installed the pump kit on the Autococker, and we've basically just built our own pump gun, which is very fun, and it's definitely something that I recommend. You know, if you're looking to do something on a budget, go ahead and do it. I'll go ahead and recount our steps really quick. Go ahead and I know First Call Paintball's got the Lightning Autocockers in stock, so give Bobby Weeks a call. Tell him you saw it on the TechPB show. I did see him in San Diego. Told him, I'm like, give my viewers, hook them up, man. So he says he's going to take care of you guys. You guys call First Call Paintball. Ask for Bobby Weeks. Tell him you're looking for the Lightning Autococker. Says he's going to take care of you guys. Give you guys some good pricing on the cocker. Once you have that, you need to get yourself a regulator and ASA, whatever works for you. I don't care. And then for a pump kit, search around on the internet and see. The pump kit that we installed today was from PMP Industries. I generally like this pump kit. It works great. This is the pump kit from PMP Industries, and the steps are very, very simple. First, you remove your grip frame. Go ahead and remove your grip frame out of the way. Then what you do is remove your back block. Get that out of the way. Then you slide your pneumatics off the front of the gun. Install the pump guide rod into the front of the gun. Check it for leaks. Sometimes you have to put some Teflon tape. Sometimes you got to use some blue Loctite. Sometimes you need to use an O-ring. Every gun is going to be different. So you just got to make sure that this seals, because there is air right here. Once you know that seals, then you go ahead and drop your spring into the guide rod. Thread the rod into the thread the cocking, or not the cocking rod, the pump arm into the handle. Put on your back block, and that's it. I mean, there really isn't timing. You don't have to time your autococker when it's a pump gun, because the only thing you have to worry about is the firing stroke. But once this is all put together, I mean, you guys just saw we just built our own pump gun, which is really cool. And to make things better, we still preserved the original pneumatics right here. So if we ever want to go back and put this gun back into the semi-auto form, we can just basically take this out of our box, remove the pump kit, slide that back on, retime our gun. You guys watch the video, retime the gun, and you're all set. So that's it. That's how you install a pump kit on an autococker. Now, it's very important that you get the correct kit for your gun. Okay, if you have a trilogy, make sure that the kit that you have is for a trilogy. If you have a autococker that was made before 2000, that requires a different kit also. How do you know if your autococker was built before 2000? I don't know. I mean, usually if it's got a left hand or a right hand feed neck, it's usually a pre-2000 autococker, but you just got to do the research on it. What other, if you have any doubts to what kind of kit that your particular paintball gun needs, call the company up that you're buying it from, whether it be like from Wevo or CCM or PMP Industries or whatever. They got great customer service. Give them a call. Tell them I want to buy a pump kit for this type of paintball, this type of autococker. Which one do I need? And they'll sell you the right one. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I definitely recommend building your own autococker pump gun. It's absolute blast, So email me if you have any questions.